Hi, everybody. This is God Sad. Yesterday, I shared a clip on Twitter that was posted by Vice News about a retreat. Maybe some of you want to explore the possibility of going there on your next vacation. So it's titled, What It's Like to Take Away a Vacation Away from White People. The organizer of this retreat it's called, by the way, it's called a Women of Color Healing Retreat in Costa Rica, and the organizer is Andrea X, because she rejects her slave name, just like Malcolm X. She's a warrior. She's a freedom fighter. So the narrator starts. You really have to watch the clip. I really wanted to double check that it wasn't satirical, because it truly is. If you look at it, it could easily be a spoof, but regrettably, it's not. So the narrator starts. Alexis Bromley is from Nebraska. She needed a break from white people. This is not satirical. This is Vice News demonstrating how progressive they are. And then you see them sitting around the guests with the moderator of the session. My blackness is bold. My blackness is uninhibited. My blackness is strength. And then Andrea X. I watched the whole thing and I sat there transcribing some of the really important highlights for you. So Andrea X, the organizer, the founder of this retreat, says, we needed a safe space that was outside of the United States to hold certain conversations and just to heal. I don't think that we can do that in the United States. I think that we're suffering and suffocating and just dying every single day trying to survive there. This person has created a victimology narrative that suggests that in the 21st century, as a black woman, in the entire United States, she can't find a safe space. That's why she has to leave the United States to heal. Then the narrator states, Alexis made the effort, meaning to leave on the retreat, and it cost her $2,222. But for her and several other women, that's a reasonable price to pay for a retreat that bans white people. Wait a second. Only 2,222. If I could be away from white people, there is no way to measure the price I would give to be away from those diabolical miscreants. Narrator, would having white people on the strip ruin it? Response from one of the persons, I want my money back. I mean, they shouldn't even go through the indignity of seeing a white person with their white skin far off on the beach. That should be perfect ground to get your money back. Guest, and people who actually support Trump, I can't trust you on a friendship level, family level, any level, if you're actually supporting someone that is completely racist. So if you supported Trump, she wants nothing to do with you. There you have it, folks. There is such hatred in the United States that these women need to leave the United States to feel safe. And of course, now that Trump is in power, it's absolutely impossible. It's unworkable for these women of color to be in the United States. Some people escape imminent execution in the Middle East. Others build narratives of victimology in the Costa Rican jungle. Collective Munchausen is alive and well. Let me just mention to you a few additional ones. So Andrea X, these two quotes are just absolutely fantastic. So I decided one day to just eliminate white people from my personal life. And ever since then, my life has been way more breezy. It's kind of like a detox diet. You know what I mean? If you go on one of those intermittent fasting, but in this case, it's not intermittent. If you could really completely excise white people from your life, it's like losing that 30 excess pounds that you've been desperate to lose. Just find a way to get rid of white people from your life. You'll feel so much better. And then she says, I feel like white people shouldn't even have passports because they've done enough, especially white Americans. Leave them in the United States. They do not need to come here. Now, again, I really tried to make sure that this wasn't satirical because it was difficult to imagine that in the 21st century, you can actually not only espouse these positions openly, but Vice News shares them, and they don't share them to demonstrate how astonishingly hateful these people are. They share it to demonstrate, a story. It's their truth. It's their victimhood, and they are healing in the jungles of Costa Rica. By the way, I went to Costa Rica in 1992. It was arguably the worst trip of my life. Maybe I'll discuss that on another occasion. But in any case, I wanted to link this Vice News clip, which, by the way, I caught it on Twitter, to what is going on social media. So some of you know that Sargon of Akkad was taken away from Patreon. Some of you know that there's all sorts of deplatforming that's going on all sorts of social media, whether it be on Facebook, whether it be on Twitter. There was a satirical account that was recently closed down on Twitter. So imagine, I was banned from Twitter, I think it was for 12 hours because I used the R word, retard, in sparring with some idiot from, who lives in Australia, but he was so threatened by me because I used the word degenerate, schmuck, and retard. So this social platform felt it appropriate for them to ban me for using the word retard in a jocular manner as I was sort of sparring verbally with this schmuck. But they feel it completely appropriate to allow Vice News to share about, I think it was almost 8 minutes of some of the profound, open, genocidal hatred and racist diatribe that you could ever imagine. But, it's all done in a retreat, in a healing retreat. So if you speak in a soft way and you say that you're doing yoga and that you're going to be eating vegan food and you have namaste on your shirt, then, bruh, can you really be racist? And by the way, we all know that only whites can be racist. Blacks can't be racist. So when these black women say things like, I need to take a trip so that I am away from black people. I haven't yet been fully successful in excising all white people from my life, but it's something to work toward. That's not racist. That's not hateful. That's exactly what Martin Luther King had in mind when he wrote and then delivered the I Have a Dream speech. Slowly we inch. Slowly we inch.